Okay, so there were 4 glomeruli. 3 showed segmental sclerosis, and 1 showed compensatory hypertrophy. So starting with this one, we can see the segmental lesion here, right by the vascular pole. So this is a perihilar lesion, part of the FSGS spectrum. And then right up here, we have another one, another glomerulus showing a perihilar lesion. So this one is also showing hyalinosis. So these circular glassy pools are hyaline. So down here we can see another glomerulus that looks weird for a few reasons. So it's probably damaged by handling, but it's really big and it has a lot of cells. So it's showing compensatory hypertrophy to make up for the loss of function of other glomeruli, but it doesn't show any scarring. And then down here, there's another glomerulus. This one's also showing another perihilar lesion. So we can clearly see the arteriolar lumen right there and the lesion around it. So this glomerulus looks pretty different on H&E. That was PAS. So this is the same glomerulus. You can see the arteriole again right here. So it looks much bigger. On this stain, it has lots of cells, lots of nuclei, and lots of loops. So this one is also showing compensatory hypertrophy along with the other one that we saw. So that's all for light microscopy. So for IF, everything was negative except IgM, C3, and albumin. This is IgM, showing some vascular staining. C3 shows some mesangial staining, and then hyaline droplet change on albumin. So the EM, there's a measurement down here. It says 143 nanometers, so there's some thinning of the glomerular capillary basement membrane. And then over here, there's also some thickening. So you can actually count 5 layers instead of 3. So there's reduplication of the lamina densa. So both the thinning and the thickening, which is seen in many capillaries, both are suggestive of hereditary nephritis. So here you can see the electron dense hyaline. Same thing here. And then the last interesting feature on EM is that we can see these foam cells that we couldn't see on light microscopy. So these are also a feature of hereditary nephritis, especially when the patient doesn't have severe proteinuria. And so these foam cells look like they're coming from tubular cells, but down here you can see that they're also appear to be coming from inflammatory cells, so bone marrow derived cells, and you can see the same thing over here.
So is foam cell type of pneumonia?
No, foam cells can be seen in any heavy proteinuric state, but in Alports you can see it in the absence of really severe proteinuria, and you're more likely to see them. But no, it isn't.
Fabry's disease has
No.
No, it's different from.
Technically, you can see them in any nephrotic syndrome. Fabry's disease has the myelin phase.
Yeah.
Can you show
Yeah.
us more about the basement membranes, glomerular basement membranes? Were there any vascular or splitting?
So there's just double lamina densa. That's what we were mainly seeing, like you can see over there. But it's very widespread. There's no basket weaving suggesting subepithelial or intramembranous deposits. It just looks like a pure basement membrane structural alteration like you would see in Alports. I'm not saying this is Alports, particularly if, if we do all the stains and
So,
it's,
so
yeah.
we're between Albert and